One shot. Let's begin. Valkyrie Alpha by Giorno Joyusla Altuner and Lafe. Translated by Roser and Roseritis. Uh, I was trying my best to pronounce. I googled it here. Let's let the Google audio tell you. I have this in another tab. The name's pronounced.
전뇌조율사,
There you go. It's
전뇌조율사.
Jounjosa. There we go. Thank you for bearing with me there. And it's been a while. This is a long strip, so let's see how it begins and ends. Beep, beep, beep. Check vital signs. Beep, beep. Blood-brain barrier reconstruction completed successfully. Beep, beep. Subject Valkyrie Alpha has regained consciousness. Was that light always this bright? Beep, beep, beep. Therein tachycardia, rapid heart rate, current heart rate is 150. Beep, beep, beep. I am administering 1 cc of perpidine. Hey, don't try to move so suddenly. This body hasn't moved in 5 years. Muscles and everything else are wasted away. What the? It's stabilizing nicely. Yeah, you feel strange right now, don't you? Count down from 10 to 1 for me. Alright, check it with a mirror first, will be quicker. Bring a mirror. Doctor, the subject's condition still isn't stable. The body's never been activated before. If it get agitated all of a sudden, we don't know what kind of strain it could put on the heart. Ugh. Hey, why don't you be the doctor instead of me? I'll fix it. You bought the last tickets to heaven, you lucky bastard. so, so, where do I even begin with this wretched story? I'm a soldier, and even after spending over 10 years on the front lines, I've never surprisingly killed anyone. My post was on another planet, and the things I blew the heads off of were immortal aliens charging in like idiots. Sergeant! HK! Sergeant! Yuck! Sergeant! Heal him! That's your job! Even I can't heal lost organs. Please, hold on until the transport plane arrives. Stop the bleeding! First, staunch the bleeding. Tremble, tremble. You little brats. You've been acting all high and mighty, but you're still not grown up yet. Damn, my fingers is turning ice cold. Is it just a phantom sensation? In movies and myths, there are side characters who, with death right in front of them, thrash around begging to be saved. I feel a twinge of pity thinking everyone turns pathetic at the end at the same time. I think it was kind of satisfying to watch. So, even if I lived a pretty unremarkable life, I was going to die in style. These snot-nosed brats like retired soldiers who made it back alive in a war movie, spending their whole lives soaked in guilt, doesn't suit them. These kids are better off staying to hear some team drama, just like every kind of media loves to portray. I was the guardian of that fantasy, and I don't need them to remember me as a grateful adult, even after they grew up. The thought of them remembering me as something I feel to protect is horrific enough. Yeah, I can't. Sergeant! Sergeant! Sergeant Elliot! and my vision went hazy. I was about to sink deep into an endlessly peaceful sleep. It was supposed to, but that's how it should have been, right? Oh, oh. My name is Dr. Carlisi. Why don't you try calling me Father? Huh? It was my sincere congratulations on becoming the first synthetic superpowered soldier, Valkyrie Alpha. That would last for years. Oh, that's fun. Hmm. Ah. Okay, I'm getting the start of a living hell. Okay, all right. Uh, this is a promo. It seems like. I'm gonna Google this actually a little bit. Oh, it even says adaption. I'm gonna go, a lot of long strips that we read. Oh, it even says promo. I need to like read these things a little bit closer. 36-year-old veteran soldier dies in the body of a 12-year-old psychic girl. I thought she was like a robot or something. Why 12? That's so young. Let's go a little bit older at least. Let's at least go to 32-year-old girl. Ooh, crazy. Well, I guess this is trying to do the isekai genre, right? Every man's fantasies to be reincarnated as a 12-year-old killing machine, right? I think. It's cranberry juice. I think this is a pretty solid plot. As a promo, I I think how do I this doesn't really this scene in particular, it doesn't really make me feel much in terms of like emotion or wanting to do things. I think that in order for me to care about this guy a little bit more, um, because it's like all right, the first thing we hear about it, like okay, where do I begin? And I even forgot he never killed. I never surprisingly, and this is like another thing. I don't know if it's just me, if like I'm like not comprehending things correctly. This feels like a very human translation, but the English is just slightly off. And in a way where it might be technically grammatically correct, but with the forms of punctuation and the way they phrase things make it a little strange. I'm a soldier, and even after spending over 10 years on the front lines, I've never surprisingly killed anyone. Now, this is going to be me being a little pedantic. I've never killed anyone, comma, surprisingly, or surprisingly. I've never killed anyone. Now, why am I being like a little nitpicky here? I've never surprisingly killed someone kind of implies that he's killed people, but it wasn't a surprise, right? This is an adjective altering killed anyone, right? Or killed. I never surprisingly killed. Yeah. Um, my post was another planet, and the things I blew the heads off of were immortal aliens charging in like idiots. Yeah, I mean that's technically okay. And it's also like he just appears in one panel and then he's dead in the next. And I don't know. I mean, the art is really cool. I'll give it that. I quite like the art. It's detailed. It's like an action comic here. Um, and then it's like the magic with the other things. I think it's cool in concept. I think this monologue kind of fell flat on me too. Uh, was it just a phantom sensation? Technically correct too. Let's see. Characters who with death right in front of them. Like this one here, like in movies and myths, there are side characters who with death right in front of them thrash around begging to be saved. I'd feel a twinge of pity thinking everyone turns pathetic at the end, and at the same time, I'd think it was kind of let me try to turn pathetic at the end and at the same time thinking maybe I just read this wrong. Like this, maybe the end and I really just at the same time. So even though I lived a pretty unremarkable life, this was a cool line. These snot-nosed brats, like retired soldiers who made it back alive in a war movie, spending their whole lives soaked in guilt doesn't suit them. See, like again, like this is all one sentence. These not-nosed brats, like retired soldiers who made it back alive in a war movie, spending their whole lives guilt and soaked in guilt doesn't suit them. Yeah, I'm just being pedantic with the grammar at this point. Because again, look, this art is so beautiful. Look at this. It's good. It's emotional. And then these kids are better off staying the heroes of some team drama, just like every kind of media loves to portray. It feels, it doesn't feel, maybe this is just with the writing they're dealing with. It it feels like maybe these are direct quotes from the novel. I'm guessing novel that they're adapting. I feel like if they kind of altered it to be the twinge of the medium, I'd live a pretty remarkable life, but I'm going to die in style. These little brats, they don't deserve to spend their lives soaked in guilt like some soldiers. Like some soldiers. They deserve to be the hero of some teen drama movie. Not like this. Let's see. I would, and then I was a guardian of that fantasy, right? And I need that term raise a grateful adult even after they grew up. I don't know what that means. Don't remember, I think I feel terrific enough. And again, I think that these kids are better off. Like, there's supposed to be some teen movie, and he's the guardian of that fantasy because they're going to be part of a teen movie, and I don't need them to remember me as a grateful adult. Even after, like, he was going to live, and, they saved his life, and it'd be all worth it, right? Yeah, I can't. And my vision went hazy. I guess I just don't care enough about this character quite yet to, like, really. Maybe it was just too short of a period, and maybe it's because of this promo, like in just the nature of it. Because I admit this looks sick. I like the idea of them showing this. This might be like the most appealing part of the promo. You kind of see like the future of them in battle, and seeing like the evil or like the start of a living hell. I think is cool. Um, maybe they could have like they're awake and something like that, and then maybe there could have been more of a central conflict here. Because like this part I think is fine. They go, okay, hey, you can't do anything. Although 150 for a heart rate isn't too bad, but I guess considering the condition they're in, it's like, oh, okay, that's pretty bad. Because let's see, what's my heart rate right now? It's about 80. It's around 70 on average, or 75. I'm trying to get it like below 70 on average, but that's a lot of Stairmaster work. Anyways, but when I work out, it sometimes gets that high. I don't know. I guess this one just didn't quite like the art is fantastic, and the last little bit is fantastic. This little bit with the kids might be directly from. Again, look at how beautiful this imagery is. The bits with the kid, I think, could have been changed to be something a little bit more vague. Like this guy, like, he got lost in battle, or something. I can barely remember. I saved some kids or something. This guy, who, and maybe this might be a weird thing to say. I like an amnesia plot line, but like the soldier who killed some people, and then he died in some front of some kids, or something like that. I think would have been like a reasonable assessment, or more focus on the aliens. I think would have been cool, or the task force here. Um, I think there's a different number of ways to promote this, and I think he could have done a different job. Like this one, I think it's he regains consciousness. Maybe you imply something in the past, or somebody else comes, or something. It's because really nothing happens. right? He wakes up. You're part of the new program, and then you get a little bit of this backstory. He got shot down, and I know like if the mechanics are writing, they're trying to portray him as a good person. But it's like, yeah, I was a veteran for 10 years, but I never killed anybody. What? That just doesn't make logical sense in any sense of the word. Now, if they wanted to, there was a real life soldier. He won like a Purple Heart or something. He won like a really high medal in like American military history. He never killed a person because he was specifically a conscientious objector, and he got like recruited, and so he didn't. He's like, fine, I'll go, but I refuse to carry a weapon. And how did he win like awards? He basically just saved a lot of his platoon, like a whole bunch of the times there, and he put his life in risky situations. So even without killing a single person, he saved so many people that and he hurt himself too many a time that he was awarded like some of the highest military honors in the country. Like if they wanted to portray this guy, as a soldier, I think that would be a bad way to do it. It's like, I never carried a weapon. I never killed a person. I only meant to save people. And then it looks like I'm the only one who's getting saved now by these kids. I'm supposed to save them so they don't deal with this guilt they're to start their team from. It looks like I can't save even these kids. Or like something like they're like, I'm a medic who never saved anybody. And then like this whole line of him being a killing machine, being a hell, makes even more sense. Right? It's like, it's the start of my hell. Right, to go and do this. And I think this like little rewriting of the story really could add a lot, right? Because it's an easy thing to go like the scientists like, you were some of the strongest objectors here. I wanted to see if we could take the purest of minds, the purest of hearts, and turn them into battle machines here. Like that's an easy kind of plot line. And I actually think I kind of prefer the thing I just came up with, like the small alterations that would make the story significantly more meaningful. At least in my view, it's because it's like, okay, great. Like rather than say he's like, I was a medic on the field, and I tried to save as many people as I can, but I made sure to never kill anyone, only save. I posted another planet, and the aliens were charging like idiots, and you hear the explosion. They're like, medic, a medic, and then like, medic, how can you help? Can I help you or whatever? It's like, and then even this could be like, that's your job here. It's like, I can't heal it here. Who's gonna heal the healer here? And that's why they're crying. Oh, you saved us. You saved the family. Da 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 da. We'll see what they do here. And then, yeah, I think that little bit of reworking would really kind of change it up for me, rather than being a super soldier. Because I also don't understand how this is complete hell if he's like been a soldier for 10 years, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm being nitpicky with it. Uh, let's look at Owl Tuner. Because when I put the translate, it was Brain Tuner. I don't know. Okay. Let's Google this. Valkyrie Alpha. This seems like it would be Valkyrie Alpha. An era where humanity avoided extinction and survived through interplanetary colonization. Oh, it comes to this one. Okay, never mind. It's just a gotcha game. It's usually a gotcha game. Or it's a Beyblade. That's sick. Whoa. This is what they're promoting? Hell yeah. Uh, let's talk Alpha Valkyrie. Eve? That's more common, but is it Eternal? Because this one has more of an anime style. But I don't know if it's the right. Let's put Eve Valkyrie. And then we'll put Eternal Valkyrie. Eve Online. It's a multiplayer. Okay. Is this what it's promoting? This kind of looks like the space stuff. Let's see. Oculus Rift here, blah blah blah. Suicide identity of a cloned ace pilot, with the pilot ostensibly remarked previous deaths and failures. Oh, okay, this is probably it. One of the central characters of the plot, Rand Kavik, is voiced by Katie Sackhoff here. Trench Warfare reply, blah blah blah. Do they have like a development or promo? Okay, mixed review, sure. Set in Eve Online. Okay, let's see. Oh, not Valkyrie. It was Valkyrie Alpha, right? Oh, maybe I could put Manhwa. Will that appear? No, no. Let's just put Eternal Valkyrie. Eternal Valkyrie here. Yeah, this is way too different of an art style. It doesn't look like the hell. It looks like pretty mythical and whatnot. Okay, so it's based in Eve Online, which I have no clue on. That's like the second thing I've watched or read in the past 2 days that I have not seen. I am not culturally literate, everybody, but that's okay. Maybe you can be. I don't. Is it from like a card game? Anyways, I'm just gonna be exploring the random stuff here. Art was good. I would slightly change the story, but to make it more effective. And well, I guess that's everything, everybody. So thank you all for watching. With all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for being born, y'all. Peace out.